You have on camera in front of you two guys that got to the campus of the University of Indianapolis in 1994. One of them tends to hang around football games, other things. The other guy never left. Can't believe he's entering year 30 as of this coming fall on campus. And now how many years as the head coach at UIndy?
This will be I've had 4, so that'll be my 5th year.
Coming up with number 5 when Labor Day weekend rolls around. But we're talking to you in February. By the way, Greg Rakestraw and Chris Keevers to make it official. Probably means it's National Signing Day, which is the case on this Wednesday, February the 1st. So obviously now at the Division I level, you have those guys that sign right before Christmas. Clearly, we've got the transfer portal that is a part of your everyday vernacular now. How has this day changed for you over the years, or really has it changed all that much?
It hasn't changed much. The early signing period has cleared some things up for us.
Sure.
And it cleared some things up for other guys. Okay, hey, I'm going Division I. Maybe I'm not going Division I. So it's helped us in that way. The transfer portal has changed a lot of things because we kind of avoided it, and now we're kind of you get where you have to jump in. I mean, it helps you in a lot of ways, and we when we jump into the transfer portal, we're talking about guys that are UIndy fits. We have 4 grad students. That's out of the 6 that we signed out of the transfer portal.
Now, one of them we know pretty well because he plays at Hillsdale College. Has played at Hillsdale College. Is from here, from Garin Catholic High School. Tell us about Luke Keller.
Luke is, he's finished up. They don't have a master's program at Hillsdale. He's from Indianapolis. Went to Garin Catholic, so it was a good fit. I mean, he actually called us and said, "Hey, I'm interested in wanting an MBA, and it's a perfect play. We've got a great MBA, business program, so it was a fit." So he wanted to come, and we said yes.
One of the things that has struck me over the last really 5 to 10 years, obviously you've had a foothold here in the state of Indiana, and we'll get to the young men that are representing the Hoosier State as part of this recruiting class. But you've also got kids from the St. Louis area, and you tend to live in the Chicago suburbs from a recruiting standpoint. Let's focus on Chicago. Tell me about the kids from that area.
We've got 8 guys from Chicago, and we did very well up there. We've got some skilled kids up there. It's a place that we can go consistently. Guys like coming to school here. It's not too far away, but not too close. Right. So it's in that situation. So we got a really good running back, Whitwell, and we've got Elijah from Shepherd High School as a receiver, and he's a dynamic guy, and Troy Cooper is a defensive end. So we've got some guys that are good players that we think will help us win. And you look at our roster and look at our team and watch us play, and we're loaded with Chicago guys.
Every coach is trying to find a place where the talent is somewhat under-recruited. You think you've got maybe a new spot you have found. Tell us about the guys you're bringing in from Tennessee.
We got, we're at, Nashville's been, we put a coach in there a couple years ago. Didn't do so well, and this year we finally hit. We've got 4 guys, and Caleb Carver's a receiver was the special teams, like Class 2 special teams player of the year in the state of Tennessee. And he can run and go, and he's a punt returner and a receiver, and he's a really good player. And we got some defensive guys too that we're very happy with. It's just kind of a new market for us, and it's opened up. And we've got a coach that on our staff that actually lived in Nashville for a couple of years, and so it's been good for us.
Students, from the metropolitan Indianapolis area, I think know about this campus and know about the success of the program. Those that are from outside of here that maybe have heard of the city of Indianapolis, not the school, not the track record of success. What is the sales pitch like to bring them here to Indianapolis?
It starts with the education.
Yeah.
You're going to get a private school education or a big private. We're close to the city, and all the opportunities for the internships and things draw people here. I mean, that's number one. That's what we start with, and then the championships. We've won 8 championships in 11 years. We've not had a guy since 2000, a class since 2009 that didn't walk out of here with a championship ring. So, when you're going to win, you're going to get a quality education, and we also sell the jobs. The job market here, and to get internships is, you're going to. I always tell parents that they're going to get a degree and get out of your house. So that's that's a good sales pitch. So it really starts with our education, and the commitment the administration's made to help us win. I mean.
Of the local players, give me a couple of guys that maybe you think have the best chance to see the field this coming fall.
DJ McPherson's a good player. I mean, he's a kid from Speedway. He's an outside linebacker, and we really like him. We think he's a guy that can come in and play for us. And then we've got just a bunch of we signed 12 from Indianapolis and 33 total in the state of Indiana. So we're taking care of home. So I mean that's number one. And then the rest of the classes come from the 5-state area that we recruit.
For those that don't know, Chris is a graduate of John Marshall High School on the east side of town, played a couple of years of football at Purdue. So he's been a part of football in this state, in this area now for 4 decades. Like we have said, 3 decades here at UIndy. How has the level of talent changed that you're able to recruit from this state over the years?
It all started with Dick Delahan and Ben Davis, and they got the weight room going, and they got the year-round program, and he got it going. And now because of that, a lot of schools have strength coaches. Everybody has a weight program. It's just watching over the last 4 years, just watching the football, the talent level. We have a mega camp out here and have 1,200 kids, and we've got, over 300 college coaches here on the second week, Saturday of June. So, because those coaches come because there's so much talent here in the state of Indiana. But it did all start with Dick Delahan. There's no question.
Signing day is February the 1st. What does the rest of February and early March look like for you heading into the start of spring football?
We start a week after signing day. Our guys are lifting right now. Then we start morning runs where we're going to come in Tuesday, Thursday, an old school run in the dome, and it's 50 minutes of hell. It's old school. And then after that, we meet with guys during that 4-week period too. Then spring break, and then it's 5 weeks of spring ball. And our spring game's a big deal. April 22nd, football alumni tailgate starts at 11 o'clock. We had a heck of a crowd last year and a good turnout with our football alumni, and our spring games become pretty big.
All right, one quick question about the conference. You're back to 8 teams now in the league. Upper Iowa joins the league effective this year. What does their entrance to the league mean? What does that do for your schedule?
It adds another game that we don't have to go out and find a game week 7. Now we've got a game, which is, and now I like our schedule, our preseason schedule. We went out and we've got Hillsdale and Wayne State, Saginaw Valley, really good football teams, and so it just adds some more stability to the conference, and we like that. And Lincoln's coming back in 2024.
Correct.
And then now we just have to find 3 non-conference games, which is non-conference games are always hard to find, but it's 3 makes it good for us.
All right, so the action, of course, starts on Labor Day weekend for the Greyhounds, but the action really never stops in this office, including on the first day of February, which is National Signing Day. My friend, congratulations on another great class, and thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.